Hello again! Welcome back to another Doctrzombie live stream. I look like I'm... oh, fuck. I look like I'm about to do some kind of street racing or motorcycling or shit. These are obviously polarized lenses to try to cut down on the amount of glare that my eyes are receiving since I am still recovering from LASIK. I got LASIK on Thursday. It is now Monday, so it has not yet been an entire week, so I'm still... hold on, I forgot about something. Fix this fucking shit. There we go. Still not quite back to where I should be vision-wise. There's a lot of like haloing and glare and whatnot from light sources, so staring at a computer for hours obviously very difficult. Oh shit, and then of course this game doesn't quite fit the screen accurately. I gotta find the one that says Foxhole. That's the obvious solution, is not to fuck with my normal what a game am I playing stream thing here and just use this one. And maybe scrunch down the size of this camera. That does not seem to be terribly important to be that large. That's what she said. Oh fuck, now I forgot my chat window. God damn it! Okay, chat window up. Maybe, come on. Fuck you, chat window. There we go, good. Alright! Hi Dirty D! Just started watching a Rapture live stream with Brother Cooch. So put him on my phone and got you on the PC. Am I going shooting? No! So tonight I was going to do some like logistical stuff to explain to you guys how, to answer your burning questions about how do we contribute to the war effort, how do we build stuff and deploy it and get it to where we want it to go, and what is the base for, and why is it useful, and why is it maybe not useful, why we probably should have built it closer. It's okay, you know, we wanted some space to play around. Maybe next war, or maybe later this war, we'll build something more useful, but... Hello, Malifus. I've got the root beer hillbilly hooch tonight. Just something mild, but also sweet and delicious. Little soda / alcohol. All right, we are playing on the Colonials this time. We played Wardens last war. That war is over. We are now Collies. The center of the war is now this direction, kind of slanty ways, whereas last time it was Basin versus Kalakai. Now it is Fingers versus Nevish Line. And we have set up a base, Fort Dick, here in Terminus, specifically on this little area called Sever. That's where Fort Dick is, and that's our little mini base. And oh, Matt shooting with the yellow glasses. Yeah, I could see that in a shooting range preview. Look, this is me with no glasses, and I can see pretty much normally. There's a lot of light interference, and it burns. So I'm going to wear the glasses to cut down on that tonight. So Sever is where Fort Dick is, and where we can produce unique vehicle upgrade modifications. Down here is where we do most of our logistics. Rising Loom, or Therizo is the name of the city. There's a seaport here that we can ship goods with, and we can ship goods using the waterways all the way up to basically anywhere. We can go all the way to Basin if we have control over the locations. But it looks like a good spot to drop off goods would probably be Maiden's Vale or somewhere in this ballpark. There's got to be a seaport that we could drop goods. But that is something that I'm not quite ready to do. Tonight, let's do a thing that I started setting it up. Yeah, trying not to strain them. I might go to bed at 10 o'clock or whatever. Just try not to overdo it with the eyes. I don't want to set myself backwards. We're going to launch into Terminus. We're going to grab some resources, do some conversion into materials at the refinery at Terminus. Then we'll head over. I'll show you guys Fort Dick. I'll build a custom motorcycle there that has a machine gun on it. Maybe I'll do that once or twice. And then, or maybe I'll take the machine gun bike and drive it to the front lines. The fact is, I don't fucking know where to go to get to the front lines, though. I guess there's a bridge here. So anywhere up here could, potentially need our assistance. And Clan's Head up here fuck, that is a long way. Like, you'd want to do Logi and Morgan's or Godcrafts to get up there. Terminus is pretty fucking far back. It'll take me a while. But we can go up to Deadlands and drop it off there. So, let's jump into Terminus. And this is mostly, in addition to just being a live stream where I talk about the game and how awesome it is and what cool shit you can do in, you know, preparing your side for war. The war between Colonials and Wardens ended last week. It started again, I want to say Friday. Friday afternoon, I think, is when the new war started. We do not currently have the mallets yet. We only have hammers. So here we are. This is Rising Loam / Therezo. This is where all of our engineering center, refinery, garage, mass production factory, other factories, seaport, sea shipyards. These all are connected to this base here. And there's also some resource nodes. Salvage field is actually empty. Both of them. So people have been digging that up as quick as they can. Component field's empty too. Holy shit. People are churning through resources here. There's some salvage at this mine. So, what do I want to do? I want BMATs. I could actually, I produced a lot of crates earlier today. And I may still have them available privately, which means I should probably just grab a truck and ship them to the front. I don't need to rotate this around. I know where I'm going. So this is the seaport up here. That's where you could do some real heavy lifting, shipping stuff. Here is the mass production factory. And look at all these crates I've got. I've got 7.92s. I've got mounted infantry support guns. They need to be used with a tripod. They use 30 millimeter ammo, so like mini explosive ammos. And then I've also made some medic uniforms. I need to transport this ship with a truck. That's, you know, it's sitting in there useless right now. Engineering Center, we are almost done researching the tech that gives us the sledgehammer. Ow, my eye started hurting real bad. Hope that goes away. That's unpleasant and concerning. So we need aluminum alloy to finish researching those. Gives us prototypes that we have to build of this Docus ISG, this launcher. My headphones very loud. Lower that down so I can actually hear myself speaking. Let me know if there's anything is too loud or soft you want me to raise or lower certain volumes. So we've got some basic materials here that I can use to build a truck, and I've got like nothing going on here. I could go and do some salvaging, but it's like pretty wiped out. Yeah, okay, beep, beep, beep. So what I'm gonna do, gosh, let's, fuck. Let's build a truck. I could do a flatbed too and try to like, no, let's get a truck going so that I can move stuff to where it belongs. So I need 100 BMATs. I'll grab a can of diesel as well. And then we'll go over here and we'll build a truck. Just a basic truck to get started. I might be able to reduce the blue light from the screen. I'm not really sure. I'm doing all right so far, Captain Price. Just had a little bit of an eye pain like 30 seconds ago, which made me nervous, but I'm doing okay. It's not anything I'm too worried about. All right, let's get the regular hauler, and I've got a auto clicker so that I can rest my fingers while it dings this 100 times to build it. Then I'll dump a tank full of diesel into this car, and I'll be ready to drive it around, pick up some of my crates, and Ideally, I may just dump them off into the seaport for now. That's probably a good idea, because driving them all the way to the front line is a bit excessive, not very efficient. You want to fill up a full container of 60 crates into a shipping container and put it on a flatbed and take that to the front lines. That's far more time economical, so that you don't have to drive back and forth, but then they can only be unloaded at either seaports or at storage facilities. And then from there, you take trucks like this and transport them to bases that need them. But I need this thing just to get going, just to be able to move my shit around without carrying it around by hand and falling over all the time. So we'll see what we've got available and how quickly we can move it to where we need. So. Almost done building the truck here. Dirty D, if you have any questions about logistics, anything, let me know and I'll stop and I'll explain it, because that's kind of what I'm hoping to get accomplished tonight, is explain some of the basic logi concepts so you can do stuff in the game and enjoy it and have fun. Okay, now I've got a diesel canister in my equipment slot, number 3. I point at the car, I hold down my mouse button, it fuels it with diesel gas. And then once the canister is empty, actually it's not even going to be empty, I'm going to have a little bit left over. This is full. We will go right over here and pick up our crates from the mass production facility. Now the mass production facility is nice because the more of the thing that you build, the better discount it gives you, so you need less materials, but you can only do one thing. I can't do like bullets and guns and a different type of bullet. It has to be all the same thing. We're going to go ahead and grab all these and dump off some stuff here. Boom. There we go. Truck is full. And there's some shit left over for other people to grab. Or actually, it's just going to be me. I'm going to move it over to the shipyard here. And deposit it so it can be shipped elsewhere in the game. Okay. E to use the seaport. I can just dump these things off. Take a couple times, but I filled out there. These prototypes are for building gunboats at a shipyard, which I could do, but I don't particularly fucking need them. I'll take these components away though. None of that needs to be here. Ow. So most of the oil fields, at least in the back area here, are probably already claimed by groups, but you can definitely figure out how to use them and make good use of them that way. I'll show you a little bit about how to do that. I've got something I can do that's going to help people out a lot, and all it requires is a flatbed, which we have available at Fort Deck. Okay, let's dump that there. I'll leave that there too. Grab the 8 bullets here that somebody fucking left. Oh, here's a flatbed, but I bet someone's using it. That's probably somebody's loading shit right now. Okay. Let me get the rest of my stuff. I had some things being built at factories. That one's empty. And this one's empty. So they must have gone public or something else. But I'll grab these crates of tripods, extra components that are just sitting around, wasting space. Garrison supplies. 30 millimeters. These are what I need for those prototypes that I built. So that's good that we have those buckhorns. I think these are, what do they call them? Bayonets. Buckhorns. Okay. Cool. And these are all the prototypes for the Daucus that requires the 30 millimeters. Cool. But I don't have any BMATs, so nothing that I can actually do with that. I can lock my stuff to prevent others from taking it. I don't particularly usually do that unless I'm like in the middle of something and I don't want somebody to take something I'm like halfway done with. Because I don't mind if people pick up my stuff and then use it for the good of the war. That's why I built it to begin with, and if they're going to go ahead and take it and ship it somewhere useful, then more power to them. Okay, let's go ahead and drop off some more crates. There we go. Let's just take this garbage away. It doesn't fucking belong here. There, you can keep the wrench so you can unlock vehicles that people stupidly park. Okay. Hey, Mark Drake. Eyes are doing okay. They're not perfect. That's why I'm wearing the sunglasses, which are fogging up a bit, actually. Should probably turn the fan on, keep myself cool. But they're better than they were the last couple days, and they're going to keep getting better, hopefully. Okay. Let's grab this junk. Okay, I'm all hooked up there. This guy here has got a full crate of scrap. Okay. Let's take a look at the component mines over here. I bet they're completely empty. They did set up some automated component scrappers, factories, whatever you want to call it, that run on petrol. Right here, these two. Stationary harvesters, but yeah, they've been cleaned out, and we're waiting for the components to respawn. That'll be fair. Oh, okay. Gotcha. These can't be broken down until we get the mallets, the sledgehammers. So, do they have fuel? Yeah, they do. Okay, so we're gonna leave that the way it is. How about scrap over here? Salvage mine is full. Perfect. Both are pretty full. I want to get the better... Now that I've used my truck to move my crates around, I want to get the harvest truck. Freeholders. Can I maybe get this dude? Sweet. Nope, it's locked. Fuck. Okay, can we automate the scrap mine thing where we spawn in? Sort of. We've kind of done it already. I'll show you how that works. Fuck. Let me park this truck here. This is locked as well, you shitter. I want to get one of these load luggers, because they're better at collecting resources. They have a larger bin for it. This one's locked as well. Guess I should go and start unlocking people's fucking cars. Alright. There's probably some in storage here at the seaport. Okay. I'm gonna just drop this off. Let me get out of it. I'll take this to Fort Deck. Fuck it. Alright, so up this road here and around the corner and then down a long road is Fort Dick, where we've built a very basic materials processing and vehicle modification base. There's not a ton to it right now, but it's early tech, early war, so there's not a whole lot of buildings we can even create at this point. But it's there for A, future, and B, minor modifications to vehicles. We can make these trucks here, like the one I'm driving, handle a little better at the cost of a little bit of space, and apparently they drive bad in poor weather like snow or rain. But they'll drive better, faster, turn better, as long as the weather is nice. Let's go over here. So here's a scrap mine. This is an automated... let me find the actual name for it instead of just calling it a scrap mine. Okay, a salvage mine. Yep. So it stores 5k salvage. If you hit shift-click while you're in a truck, it'll withdraw 3 stacks of 100. And it'll run using petrol if it has it, and then diesel when it runs out of petrol. There is no petrol nearby, so I can't refuel from a petrol source. Okay, now my truck is full of scrap. What I've got in this fuel container is 10 diesel, so that's running low. I should resupply that at some point. Preferably with petrol, because then it'll run more efficiently. Oh man, that sucks, Merdrake. Power outage for 5 hours. Fried your surge protector. Like when lightning struck my house a couple of months ago and fried a whole bunch of different electronics, including stuff that was in a surge protector. Went through the goddamn coax cable for my cable modem and fried a couple things. Alright, here we go! It's Fort Dick! Look, Fort Dick. We got our watchtower, we got a medical tent, we got a diesel container, we got a petrol container, but this here is what it's all about. So let me show you what we've got, how it works, just really quick tutorial on this after I dump off my scrap at the materials factory. Boom. Okay, so let me go park this truck round back. And I'll grab this thing here when I leave so I can take more scrap with me. Okay. So we built this little base. We had to mine coal for this thing is fucking fogging up so much. You could see the fog levels. I'm just going to take it off for now and hope that it doesn't hurt my eyes. We started with a simple little area here. So we had to mine coal and refine it into gravel to make these little foundations that you could put factories on. This here's our diesel plant. I've upgraded it to include petrol power as well. But when we're not running all things at once, diesel is enough. If we're running the vehicle factory and the other two, we'll need petrol. For now, this is more of a future thing. Like, we don't need it right now. It's just kind of there to be nice. So we're going to refuel from diesel. You can see this little cord here is sucking up fuel from our diesel tank, which still has a third left. That's running and producing 5 megawatts of energy. That energy is coming through the power lines, and it's going to 2 things. It's going to this maintenance tunnel, which is turning construction materials into garrison supplies. Garrison supplies prevent anything from breaking. It prevents decay in our base. Wouldn't let you put down foundations. Yeah, you have to have a construction vehicle. That's one of these dudes over here. And that construction vehicle has to have gravel, which is refined coal. And you can get coal from the next territory over. What's it called here? The Fingers. They've got a coal field up here that's got a bunch of coal in it. They've got a coal field over here that's got coal in it. So you could take a resource harvester, one of these guys here, these load luggers. I forget what they're called for the colonials. Atlas haulers. And that'll hold a total of 20 stacks of coal. And then you can turn that into, I think, 400 gravel. But it might be more. Anyway, so the power is turning construction materials into garrison supplies. Garrison supplies automatically get used up to prevent the base from breaking. This thing here is our materials factory. That's turning salvage, or scrap, into construction materials. We make the construction materials here. We carry them over to the maintenance tunnel. The maintenance tunnel turns them into garrison supplies, and our base doesn't blow up. Also, we use those construction materials for everything else base related, including our light vehicle assembly station. So we can turn a regular motorcycle with 5 construction materials, which is practically nothing, into a motorcycle that has a machine gun equipped. And then the person who's riding passenger can shoot while driving in the fast bike. Good for scouts. And we can also make modifications to our basic trucks. We could build the low-level train track stuff, like the Mineseeker locomotive, the rail truck container car, and the flatbed car to transport equipment using railroads. I used up most of Friendly Digger's gravel building this, which is fine because that's what we needed it for. Now these can get upgraded. We can build the motor pool so we can modify armored cars and tankettes. That might be a good place to start. We need 200 construction materials for that. Rocket factory, field station, tank factory, weapons platform. But we need tech for all those. Currently, the only thing we could upgrade is the motor pool, and we need 200 construction materials for that. That's why we got to keep the diesel power plant fueled so that it can keep pumping out construction materials all night and day as much as we can. Once we get 200, and I needed 100 to upgrade the petrol power plant, so I already done that. Once we get 200, we can upgrade this so that we can make better vehicle upgrades. Modifying armored cars, sweet. Definitely something that we could do. These here I created for people to use. Nobody's grabbed them, but these are modified trucks, and as you can see, this is the bike with the Stinger, it's called now, because it's got the machine gun attachment. I don't have any ammo on it, but it's there. And that's the basics of Fort Dick. We've got our one of our flatbeds here, which I'm going to grab and use for resource collecting. And we also have down here across the street, Friendly Digger built a little pen for our vehicles. So we've got a gas tanker, we've got 2 flatbeds, a truck, and a crane for loading and unloading the flatbeds. And he also built this bunker base, and this is also helping keeping things from breaking. Make a sign saying modded vehicles for use. I actually do. I have a sign that says that. This bike here, I could unlock and upgrade if I had a wrench. Maybe there's a wrench in here. Do I have any wrenches? I do. I'm going to grab a wrench and unlock this bike, if I can. Okay. Alright, dismantling lock. Perfect. Okay. Let's put the wrench and all these bullets and hammer and shit back. Hop in the bike. Drive the bike up here onto the platform. Then we need to connect it to the power, because once we connect it to the power, all 3 of these things are going to stop working because the diesel plant here doesn't generate enough power. But if I switch to petrol, connect the power line from here to here, they will all still be working because they have enough, and I can go ahead and... Oop, I gotta get 5 materials though. And I gotta store them in the stockpile. Construction area is blocked, yeah, because I'm standing on it. There we go. And it'll do it automatically. It takes 3 minutes. I don't have to do anything. It's just going to go ahead and make the modification to this bike, giving it a machine gun. And then I've created a machine gun bike for the cause. And then when I'm done, I definitely want to shut this back down to diesel and disconnect that so that everything is working without using our precious petrol. So what else is there to build? Not a lot early game. You can see a lot of these things are still grayed out because the tech hasn't yet been discovered. We can build coal and oil refineries, but there's no point in doing that because we're so far away from a coal and oil field that it's just a waste. We can build resource transfer stations, but honestly, that's mainly for like big logistic enterprises where you got dozens of people moving shit in and out all the time, and you got to make sure that it's in the right place, and you can load it in and out of crates faster. It's not really going to be worth it to us for what we're doing with our small little group. We could build a second materials factory and churn out construction materials faster. Probably don't need to do that, but it's possible. We could build another light vehicle assembly station with a different modification, but until we get the tech for it, that's pointless. And that's it. Like, we have materials transfer station, same thing. It's just like a place to store materials, which is not terribly useful to us. So for now, this is all that it does. And that's okay. It's not terrible. We're halfway done building this bike. Alright, while we're waiting for that, even though it'll be done super fast, I'm going to hop in this thing, and I'm going to go load up on scrap from the scrap mine across the bridge here. And I'm going to use it for B-mats. I'm not going to use it for construction materials, because I've got quite a few scrap already there being processed. It'll last a while. But I need B-mats for crates, and I need to start shipping stuff to the front lines as well, where we can make good use of it. Okay. Oh, I also need to reload that petrol at that component field. See, this guy came here hoping to get all 5K of this salvage, and I've come to loot half of it. Alright, there we go. I'm all loaded up. I took about half. He'll jump in and load it up manually. Those crates can hold 5,000. Oh, look at that. He's able to load it without even getting out of the thing. Holy shit. I didn't know you could do that if it was close enough. He's able to stockpile right into the crate. That's awesome. Yeah, so those can hold 5,000. These here can hold 2,000. So the crates are more than double. But you need a flatbed and a crane to load and unload it. So we can't do anything more with it directly. We have to actually go and pick up the scrap and use it for stuff. But now that I've got this truck full of scrap, hold on. I fucking forgot to turn off the power. Hold on. I could dump this scrap into our materials factory here and go get more, but there's really no reason to do that. Now you see, I switched it back to diesel, and immediately all these things shut down because they don't have enough power because this thing is connected. So what I have to do is hit this disconnect all, and now these are running again. But here we go, look. Oh, shit. Brand new motorbike with a gun. Ready for anybody to grab and use. Alright, let's take our truck full of scrap here to the refinery. Most of what you're going to be doing, Dirty D, when you want to build basic stuff, guns, ammo, med kits, shirts, which are respawns, or even vehicles, is you're going to be taking the scrap to the refinery. There should be one refinery, I think, in every cell. Every hex territory has one refinery in it. Now, sometimes those refineries are broken. They need to be built up because it's a frontline territory that keeps switching hands between colonials and wardens. But once active and running, it's the only place in that hex where you can turn your scrap, your components, your sulfur, your coal into usable materials. Yeah, absolutely. We could use a bigger parking lot to put our completed vehicles on. So it's a bit of a drive to get back to the refinery. It's not ideal. But again, like I said before, it's okay. We are all kind of learning and experimenting with bases. And I would hate to put a big, huge, useless base where a different team, like this team over here, could build something actually functional and useful. So it works for us. I mean, I've been able to modify some stuff. And we'll be able to do more once we upgrade. Okay. Chugga-lugga-lugga. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and make some explosive materials, but mostly BMATs. Now, I would like to get a flatbed over here so that I can then load a shipping container and then I can load a shit ton of crates. However, I also haven't made that many crates. And I need trucks to do crates because I need to move BMATs over here and then make stuff and put them in storage and all that yada yada yada. I could use just a shit ton more salvage. Ooh, the salvage field has repopulated. That's good. Because maybe we can get some aluminum and get closer to getting those fucking sledgehammers that we need. Now let's take the road south out of town. And then through people's backyards. Slows me down a lot, but it's fine. Okay. Here we are. So, we've got these little nodes here that I can pick up using my hammer. We've also got these stationary harvesters, which are not currently running because they don't have any petrol. Which sucks. It looks like all these things are out of fucking fuel. Yeah, really need a flatbed to do some helpful work here. Fuck me. Okay. I'm gonna leave this truck here. I'm gonna go, even if I have to walk all the way back. I'll build a bike. I'll drive a bike back so that I can upgrade it later. I'm gonna grab one of the flatbeds at Fort Dick and bring it down here and start loading fuel. Because clearly logistics support needs fuel badly. All of our automated scrap machines are not running. I could manually pound on those piles to get some aluminum, which is not a terrible idea. But yeah, I think people would appreciate fuel first. Okay. Let's just take some of our materials right across to the factory. I want to keep at least 85. I think it's 85 to build a bike. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and build shirts. That's more than enough. Okay. Oh, don't run me over. There is an oil field, but the problem is I need to fill the canisters with the petrol. So I need to bring the empty canister to the oil field to where they have it processing. I'll show you how it works. Totally what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, let's build a bike. Oh, it must be crouched. Oh no, no, I don't want to dismantle. I want to use my hammer. Oh god. Oh, I've clicked on the thing. Fuck, I fucked up. Here, I need my hammer. Shit. Dumbass. What am I doing? Idiot. suspension there. Diesel. Okay. Good. Stupid. Okay. Construction area is blocked. Yeah, because I'm standing in it. There. Alright. There we go. So at some point, we're going to have to jump in and grab one of these bikes that we've upgraded to with a machine gun, put some bullets in it, and drive it up to the front lines. Even if we don't wind up using it because we're nervous about taking a fucking machine gun bike into battle and being terrible, we need to at least get it up there where someone who can actually do something with it can use it. Are the sites always in the same place on the map? No. So the sites are the same, but the resources are randomized every war. So what can be an oil field one time, next time you start the game might be a component field or a scrap field. So you kind of have to adjust your tactics so it's not the same every war, which is great. I think that's a really great way to do it. It's not too random. Okay. I need a little bit of fuel here. Oh, I've got some in my pack here. And then I want to refuel from the tank. Let's take this over to Fort Dick and then swap for the flatbed so we can start loading up fuel containers and dropping them off where they're needed. That is going to take me all night, though. Like, honestly. It's oh jeez, it's easy to spin these out. They turn real fast. It's incredibly important work to reload fuel canisters, especially if you're doing logistics and stuff, but it does take a while. So maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should do something more fun, like take one of these bikes with the machine gun up to the front. Yeah, you can do serious donuts in these babies. Beep beep. Nah, I'll show you how to do one so that you know how to do it, how it works. Whoa! Let's not go in the river. Alright, here we are. Let's make sure our diesel plant is fueled. Make sure we're turning scrap into construction materials. We've got 130. We need 70 more to upgrade. This here is pumping out garrison supplies, making sure nothing decays. We're looking good. Let's jump in our flatbed, which needs fuel. It uses petrol. Petrol makes it go a little bit quicker. Okay, we've got 3/4 of a tank left on that petrol tank, so that's good. Alright. On the road again. Flatbeds are the most difficult to use because they require you to have a crane available. They require specific containers to be loaded and unloaded to get things done properly. But they are the only way, they're the best way to transport large quantities of stuff. Whether it be materials or scrap or fuel. So let me take this baby down to the empty fuel tanks at the scrap yard and we'll load it up. I think you can put a bike on the back of one of these babies. I'm not 100% sure. And you could certainly load a bunch of them into a ship and transport them that way. I'm not really sure how transporting vehicles on the back of flatbeds works, because you can produce crates of vehicles at the mass production facilities. Like you could produce 3 tanks in one batch. And I assume you put them on the back of flatbeds in larger than 1 unit. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. But I don't really know how it works. I'll have to look it up, figure it out. But ships are one of the best ways to transport large quantities of things. Absolutely. Because with a ship, you can actually put on more than 1 shipping container. And a shipping container can hold up to 60 crates of goods. Regular goods, not like vehicles. Okay, flatbed is here. Actually don't need to do anything in this area. I could build my own new oil tank, but I don't need it because I'm going to use the ones that already exist down here. Okay, here's a crane. We've got 2 cranes. Let's go to the other side. Alright, so here we have an empty fuel container. We're going to package it using this button here. Once it's packaged up, it's ready for transport. We can hop into the crane, rotate the anchor over here, lift it, rotate it over to the flatbed, drop it onto that, and there it is. Nice. I have not watched very much X-Files. Honestly, maybe like 1 or 2 episodes in my entire life. Oop, I think I just heard my phone. Yep, that's the wife. What she need. Nope, no big deal. Just wants me to check on her laundry before I go to bed. Not a problem. I will try my bestest to remember that. Alright. Now we'll take our flatbed with our onboard fuel tank down here to the petrol station. Can I move this fucking truck out of the way? Because it's kind of blocking me. Yes, good. Come on. Oh, it's out of fuel. Okay. No worries. I'll grab a single can of petrol from somewhere. Here we go. And I will manually fill it. So I can move it out of the way. So I can get my fucking gas flatbed in there. Okay, Looking good. Okay, now I can go down here and hop into this crane. If I can wiggle around it, which I can't. And that one's got some too. Nice. This one here is full. It's alright, I'll do the work. I won't just steal a full-ass container that somebody filled up. Okay, so 2 of these 3 oil refineries have a ton of petrol available to me. I just need to manually grab it, load it into my inventory, and then cram it into this tank here. No, they really didn't. They've crammed it in tight. That's fine. As long as I've got enough room to maneuver, I'll be fine. Now, I don't think any of this shit is running. Like, this diesel power plant seems to be offline. That's probably intentional. I don't know where their pumps are, but this isn't my base, so I kind of feel iffy about starting anything up. I mean, these are making materials. Look, they got all these great materials here. Assembly materials, 1.7 thousand construction materials, but I'm not going to steal anything. I don't need it. These pumps are still running, these oil pumps, so that's good. But I think it's just storing it, because we don't have pipe yet. Pipe is not unlocked tech-wise. So they are running and producing oil, but you have to manually move the oil to the refineries. So it's not perfect yet. But we're going to go ahead and load up petrol. And it's going to take forever, because it's going to take like 3 seconds per 1 can of petrol, and I need 100. Yeah, we need pipes in order to make things run automatically. So that when the oil comes out of the oil wells, it goes into a pipe, and the pipes take it directly to the refinery, and then the refinery pumps it directly into a liquid transfer station. So right now it's all manual. I have to go and fill up a fucking jerry can by hand. But you'll notice it is full of oil. It has all the oil it needs. It's just not running because of power. Maybe I should switch it on. Just to produce petrol, which is fucking useful. I think if I just turn on this diesel plant, it'll work. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it's not getting power. Power must be going somewhere else. That's alright. I'll turn it back off. Because I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, the only issue is, right now, I don't think we have the technology to create pipes. If we did, then yes, they should automate this whole thing. It should be neat and tidy. It would only take a couple hours of refining stuff into pipes. But I think the factories required to build that are not yet tech unlocked. Or if they are, these guys just haven't built it yet. And I'm not going to fuck with their base. I'd be happy to do it myself. I was working on one previously in the like pre-war phase just to kind of see how it worked. But it does take a lot to build pipes. You need several levels of factory. You have to research tech by scrapping, by hitting scrap with a hammer until you unlock aluminum, copper, or iron. And then that use that to unlock tech. Let me put my glasses back on for my eyes. That's alright. We're going to get stuff done here. We're going to load up some petrol into this tank, even if it takes us all day. And then we'll package that container up, put it back on the flatbed. It's going to be great. Hope somebody's not stealing my flatbed right now. I never shut that factory back down, did I? The diesel plant. Oops. Let me turn that back off. Because I don't know what it's actually running, if anything, and I don't want to be using up their petrol when they need it to make petrol, because it's not fucking working. I think it's just they have too much stuff hooked up to it, so they have to turn certain things off. Well, more than halfway done. Takes a long time, though. But this is a pretty good example of just like how you can do things manually, how they will work, you know, how you get resource from one thing, put it in another, take it to another, and then doing that will keep the grease of the logistics engine moving. Something just blew up. Somebody probably wanted to build something and then decided, oh, that's not a good spot, I'm just going to let it decay. Or they may have run into it with a truck. Fence. I broke one of the fences around our parking lot by hitting it with a crane accidentally earlier today. I had to rebuild it. Just tapped it once and it just went crumble immediately. All right, we're in the 80s. Okay, something's going on. Very close to being done. Okay, let's see here. I think this might be... we're actually a little over, I think. Nope, perfect. 100 exactly. Package it up. Okay, now that it's packaged, I just gotta run around this little area here. And hop into the crane. Oop. A little bit of a lag there on my machine, but we're good now. Okay, we picked up the fuel container. See, this guy didn't move my, he moved my flatbed away, but didn't, like, take it. Oh, did he fucking lock it, though? You dick. Locked my fucking flatbed. How does that help me? Now I gotta go get a goddamn wrench to unlock it, you piece of shit. Alright. This bunker base to the south has a wrench in it. You fucking asshole locked my truck. That does not help anyone, sir. I might not even be able to... Oh shit, hold on. Cancel this. There's some just sitting here. I might not even be able to unlock it because he just locked it not that long ago. I have to go grab another fucking flatbed. In his defense, or rather in my mockery, I should have locked my own flatbed. Now I can take it apart. You dick. Okay. Unlocked my own truck. Fuel tank now full, 100 petrol, ready to go. You also have the audacity to put a car over here where it's difficult to get across this fucking bridge. Alright, let's take this over to the scrap heap. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna run over to the other crane. Grab this off the back. All that for one of 3 fuel canisters. No, I'm not going to do all 3 tonight. I'm just going to do the one. That's enough. I've done my duty. But now that it's unpacked, I can go over to this thing here, hit the plus button, and it'll refuel from the petrol. And it's actually full. It's not running because it's already full. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, though. Now that I've got my flatbed over here, I'm going to go ahead and make a resource container, or find one if one of them is just sitting around. And that will let me harvest 5,000 scrap and shove it on the back of this flatbed. But I mean, that took me like 20 minutes. There are ways to make it a little bit quicker, but you'd really have to build the base up where the oil refinery's done. I don't want to run that guy over, that's why I'm like waiting for him to cross the street. Okay. Flatbed. Check. I'm gonna lock it so some dick doesn't do that to me. Give me my B-mats. I need exactly 100. Oh boy! Somebody who needs to get banned from YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to build a resource container. Actually, it only requires 50. I thought it was 100. Nice. Only requires half of what I thought I needed. What is the point of advertising your adult website anyway? Like, it's the internet. We all know how to find porn. At what point does somebody go and say, oh, you know, I wasn't thinking about the hot girls that are waiting, but since you mentioned it, I think I'll go to your weird sexchat69.site. Like, who does that? Who's like, that's what I needed. I needed an advertisement to tell me about the hot girls, because I didn't believe there were any there. Fucking dumb. Stupid fucking internet. Makes no damn sense. Alright, we packaged up this container. We're going to use this crane here. Alley-oop. Put it on back of our flatbed. Then I'm going to dump off my materials that I don't need. And go get some of that sweet-ass scrap. Oops. I went the wrong way. This is going to be tough to navigate through. I'm just going to back out. Try to find a real road. Okay, this dude's doing basically the same shit. He's got himself a flatbed. He's got himself a resource container. So I'm going to go ahead and plop mine down right on the ground there. Unpack it and do the same exact shit that he's doing. And hopefully get lucky and find a little bit of aluminum. Now, there's a lot of logistics and resource refining and lugging and all that is tedious. That's one reason I've got an auto clicker, so that this dude can go ahead and hammer these piles of scrap without me holding the mouse down and fingers bleeding like always. But if you like doing it, if you like knowing that what you're doing is contributing to a much larger war effort, then it's kind of fun. Yeah, there is a shiny bit there. That means it's going to give me an extra bunch of scrap when it pops. Instead of like the normal plus 30, it gives me like plus 90 or whatever. Now I'm hoping that when these pop, some of them turn into aluminum. Oop. Full up. Having this wrench here does not help. It's alright. We'll make two. I could also use these automatic scrap harvesters and just grab scrap out of them. And the only reason I'm not is because I'm actually trying to get that aluminum so that we can unlock the tech for the sledgehammer. That's the only reason I'm doing this manually. The scrappers, although they're more efficient because they use petrol to constantly churn through scrap automatically, they do not give you the opportunity to collect aluminum or copper or iron. So that only happens when you hit it with a hammer, I think. The drivable digger things, guess what? Unlockable tech. Haven't unlocked it yet. It's one of those. It's a modification that you put on a vehicle, which means it requires a specific vehicle assembly plant with a modification on it. That tech hasn't been unlocked. However, the drivable digger things, they do create aluminum and copper and stuff. Because they operate the same way as if you were hitting it with a hammer. You're just in a vehicle driving constantly and you're doing it a little bit faster. So, yes, but we don't have that tech unlocked yet. Not much, Malifus. I spent 20 minutes reloading one of these canisters full of petrol, which seems pretty boring, but it's actually an incredibly useful thing that someone will thank me for later, even if they don't know that I did it. Alright, another full inventory. Now these, you can't just load them up like this. You have to hit the submit stockpile items, and they will carry up to 5,000 materials altogether. So I'm at 2,000 already. Means I got 3,000 to go. Yeah, we need tech, which is why I'm doing this manually. Hoping to get some alloy. But pickings look pretty slim right now. Sometimes you get a lot of it, sometimes you get almost none. I remember years ago it had a lot to do with how many players were finding it. So it was like a random number generator that got worse as people found the aluminum. And then when they didn't find it for a while, that chance would go back up. So the more people harvesting throughout the entire world, the less likely it was to be produced. Earlier today I found 60 without much trouble. Now I've found that single piece and I've half filled my crate already. We'll see. It's fine. Even if I don't find any, at least I tried, and I do fill up with scrap, which I can use to make B-mats. Which I can use to make shirts and bullets and shit. Absolutely. Bonfire with the wife, very important. Happy wife lets you play video games. Oh, my inventory's full. I didn't notice. I was too busy checking the time, remembering that I need to check my wife's laundry before I go to bed tonight. Don't want to forget that. Yeah, we're getting shit out of luck here. We're over halfway full. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even that sounds like you're doing nothing, but is actually incredibly helpful. Even if you just stand here and pound off some of these scrap piles, and then just put all the scrap in these little canisters over here so that people can drive up with trucks and grab it, that's helpful. I mean, that saves somebody a shit ton of time that they would have spent digging up, or even worse, just ignoring it, saying, well, fuck it, I don't have the resources and I don't want to put in the time. And while you're doing that, you might get lucky and find some aluminum and, you know, use that to create prototypes at the engineering bay. And if you want to do even more, you bring yourself a truck, a flatbed if you've got one like I've got, or one of those haulers, Atlas haulers that, you know, you can fill 2,000 units of scrap in. You drag it to the refinery and turn it into BMATs. You can make them public. You don't have to use your own BMATs. You can have it dumped directly into a public stockpile, and people can come grab them and use them for shit if you don't know what to do with them. But I'll show you exactly what to do in a minute, because I'm going to be filling this bin up with 5,000 scrap, and I'll show you exactly what you should do with 5,000 scrap. Oh, hey, look! We got some! Iron! It's not aluminum, but it's iron. We can use that to advance something. Some kind of tech will go forward with the iron that we found. Great! Maybe our luck is changing. Inventory's full. Okay, I'm just going to put the scrap in here. I'm not going to put the iron in. I'll carry the iron in my inventory. Yes, new scrap randomly spawns as long as... Hold on. So if I look on the map here, you'll see this node says there's 198x left. That's left in reserve. If I go and I press E, it'll tell me 190 out of the 250 salvage nodes are remaining. So when we break a node completely, a new one will spawn until that number is 0. Then it needs to pass a timer. It needs to wait and refresh, and then it'll respawn again to be re-harvested. So you can't harvest it constantly forever, but it won't regenerate until you've destroyed all the nodes that already exist. How are the new eyes? It was devastating to cut them out for that orphan for yourself. They're getting better. I'm still wearing sunglasses here to prevent, you know, pain from too much glare and haloing from the monitors. It's looking pretty good right now, but definitely I have to take care of them and make sure that they're well oiled, properly moisturized and all that. But so far so good. I see a lot better without glasses than I did before without glasses, but still have some light sensitivity. So I'm not, it hasn't even been a week yet. It hasn't even been half a week. It's been like 4 days or less. So it's going to be a while till I'm fully recovered. Okay, this thing is full. 5,000 scrap. We're packaging it up. Once it's packaged, oop, I'm stuck. We can go ahead and get in the crane. I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of my scrap there. Grab that son of a bitch and put it on the back of our flatbed. Also, hi Haley, welcome to the stream. Alright, now that our flatbed has 5,000 big ones on it, which I cannot stress to you, I cannot stress enough, that is a lot. That's a lot of scrap, and you can do a lot with it. That's why it takes so much extra effort to, you know, have both the vehicle and the resource container built separately, combine them together, add a crane, only be able to unload it where you have a crane available. All that shit is because it's worth the extra time to get more than double what you would get in the best harvester, one of these haulers. This is more than twice as big. All right, here we are. Now, there is somebody currently using the facility. I will have to wait for him to be done. But it looks like they are done now. And when he is out of that, I will go ahead and grab... I may have to get a bit closer, actually. Okay. I will go ahead and use the crane to grab my full scrap duder here. And then I want to put it on this little carport. And this interacts directly with the refinery. Come on. There we go. And once it lands, it automatically opens up the refinery interface, and I can just hit the button right there to turn it into BMATs. Boom. 5,000 scrap turning into BMATs for my own personal thing. Then I want to hit the package button right there, so I don't even have to get out of the crane. I can pick it right back up, and put it back on my flatbread and do flatbread flatbed and do the whole thing over again if I want to, but I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and move the flatbed over here. And find a nice place to park it so that somebody else can take it. I'm gonna make sure it's unlocked as well. There we go. Now, with all of this B-mats that I'm cooking up right now, and there's 4,000 in storage for public use, 3,000 explosives, 150 refined materials, that's amazing. I also want to go ahead and make my iron. And I want to get a regular truck. Oh, look. Tanks. What kind of tanks are these? Oh, it's locked. Anyway. How about this truck? Is this truck locked? Yep. I'm going to unlock this truck. It might need to be repaired too. It's smoking, so it might be broken. Yeah, damaged. Okay, no problem. I'll grab some B-mats and fix it. Oof, it's going to need a lot of repair. Yeah, I read that sign that says don't leave vehicles here. Fuck that. If I'm dropping off a vehicle that somebody else can use to get resources, that's what the parking lot is there for. I know they don't want like 60 vehicles there because then you have trouble driving around it. But every time I drop a vehicle off there, somebody picks it up and uses it within 5 minutes. So I don't feel like I'm disturbing the peace. I could go dump it into the seaport, which is probably the right thing to do, but it's fine. Someone will use it before I'm even done fixing this shit. Must have been a woman driver. Wow. Probably somebody shot it because they were pissed that the dude parked it right in front of the fucking the mass factory here. I don't even think I have enough B-mats to fix this shit. Although it's no longer smoking, so I could probably move it after this. Perfect. Okay. I've got my iron alloys. I've got my explosive materials. I've got some basic mats. I'm going to haul out some more basic mats from storage here. And I'll show you what to do with these Dirty D. So let's assume that you're Dirty Dog and you have just brought in a shit ton of scrap, and after a little while of refinement, this is going to take 16 minutes to get all the 5,000 that I brought in. You've got a ton of basic materials and you're saying, fuck, I want to help the war. I want to bring some important shit to the front lines. How do I do that? Well, well, well. Let me tell you. Let me give you some fucking advice. First, I'm going to get all the materials I can here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some explosive materials too. I'll build some explosive ordnance as well. Okay. Out of curiosity, do I have enough iron to create a new prototype? I don't think I do. So the this thing here needs aluminum, but I think the gunboats, they need iron, but they need 34, so I only have 20 here. 10 for mine. I'm just going to dump it, leave it for the next guy. Okay. Here's my truck. Here's a factory. I've already done some, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do. 100%, the first thing you want to do, almost every time, go to the health, the medical supplies, and queue up 4 shirts. It's going to cost you 320 basic materials, but these are your respawns. every crate of shirts is only 10 respawns, so you need tons of them. And you need to take them in massive amounts to the front lines to keep up those sustained battles. But when people run out of shirts, that's it. Your fighting is over. So 100%, these are the most important. Next thing that's usually very important is garrison supplies. 150 of those will last, a while in keeping automated defenses, pillboxes, machine guns that use the AI running. So people queue up those. Those are expensive too. 4 of those will cost you 300. Now I've got explosive materials, so I'm going to go to the bombs tab, number 2 here, and I could build 30mm cannons that go with those prototypes we're working on. I can build Mammon grenades. Those are used to take down vehicles and structures. Mortar shells. Those are new. The mortars are recently created tech-wise. RPG ammo is always needed for taking out tanks, so I'm going to go ahead and queue up some RPG ammo. I can do 2. Now the actual RPG launcher is called a Cutler's. I'm sorry. It's Cutler's for the Wardens. What is it for these guys? This one here, I guess. The Ignifist. But we don't have the tech for it. We can create RPG ammo, but not the RPGs. Still worth doing. I'll queue those up. And then I'll queue up some fucking guns or grenades or shit. These are frag grenades, essentially. 2 things of frag grenades. I'm running out of materials now. I've only got 90 left. Wrenches. Boom, done. There you go. And I'll just dump the rest of the stuff here. Each different category runs on its own pace, so they'll run in parallel. This will create crates. You can move crates into the shipping yard, and you've already done a huge favor for the Alliance. Just by providing crates that people then can take and ship where they think they're needed. You don't need to be a genius for logistics in order to know where things need to be. You just need to build them and shove them in storage, and somebody else will do that. Somebody else will say, hey, I'm going to be running 60 boxes, and somebody put 20 boxes worth of shirts in here. I'm going to grab all 20 because I fucking need them at the front lines. And then you won't even know it, but your contribution helps save the Deadlands. You know what I mean? That's part of the cool part of this game. So like my wrenches are already done. I've got a crate of wrenches now. Also, just bringing basic materials to the seaport. Here, I'll go and grab some more of those. Because they need those to build pillboxes and machine guns and shit. Like encampments, gates. They need to be boxed up and shipped to the front lines too. So let's go ahead and grab a whole bunch of fucking materials. And crates that I've been working on. Just tiptoe past these people here so I don't hit them. That's fucking traffic jam here. Alright. Drive right up here. Use the seaport. If I put the materials in and then right click on them and do pack material crates, it turns them into crates. And then I can submit them using the submit stockpile items button. And then they've got 6 crates of basic materials ready to be shipped out to the front lines as well. Same basic deal here. Each one of these numbers is not a single unit, it's a crate of. So like this is 2 crates of 20 for that rifle. This is 2 crates of 30 bullets for the 7mm, 7.92mm. Yeah. So I think that's pretty clear how that works. And then when I'm done with this truck, I can store it there as well so people can come and get them. And that way they're not clogging up that that parking lot that Haley was complaining about. See, look, somebody took it. Somebody took that flatbed already. Good. I wanted them to because I was done using it. me sneak in close enough to use the refinery, maybe? Mr. Corncorn? There we go. Alright. 200 more B-mats. Yes. So what people will do is they'll either bring a flatbed with a shipping container to the seaport and put 60 crates onto it, or they'll take shipping containers at the seaport, put 60 crates onto those, and load them onto a boat and then sail it up to the front lines. So let me show you the map real quick here. So here's our seaport, right? And you can see all of these things here. There. All those are crates. So like there's 37 crates of basic rifle bullets. They can put those crates on a boat, a shipping boat, certain type, I don't know which kind. And I think you can hold 5 shipping crates or something insane like that. So each shipping container holds 60, and you could put 5 of them on a boat and then leave the harbor and sail that boat up across these borders. You could drop it off here. Like that would be one quick trip across. But you can see this one here has 550 crates of bullets. Like that's an insane amount. I don't know that we'll ever even use that many in the next 30 days. But you could keep going. You could go up this way, okay, past this bridge here, back across into the Selkie Bluffs here. And once you're in this area, there's a seaport here. Still, tons of materials here. Clearly, people are using these areas to manufacture goods and ship them, which is fine. It's closer to the front lines. It's a bit more dangerous, but you'll get them there faster. But if you went past this seaport, through these bridges, you could come up over here. Now, this seaport is broken. It's not currently running. They need to upgrade this town base to the maximum size. I think they're doing it now. They're unlocking industry. I can't move my mouse to point at it, but if you look in the middle up there, the like industrial icon's half filled. When that's fully filled, I think that activates the seaport, and then you could drop off stuff there. Once that gets activated, that's huge, because these are front lines. We've got wardens attacking here. We got partisans. You can invade up into this area from there. But if you're shipping it through a boat, you're going to have to unload it at some kind of seaport. And then from there, you could put it on a flatbed and take it to any place that has a storage depot. One of these guys. Storage depots are a little easier to find than seaports. But again, same thing. The town needs to be upgraded to a sufficient level, and not every town has them. But you could also take them in a regular truck out of the seaport. And once they're in a regular truck, you could drop them off at any safe house, bunker base, whatever. And then they get unpacked as crates. And then you get the 20 bullets, and then you can use them. So like this bunker base here has fucking nothing. Is a terrible example. This safe house has 15 grenades. Somebody opened up a box of grenades there. That's all. It's a lot. But you don't have to know everything. You just have to produce stuff that people can then use. This is far back, Terminus, honestly. We were playing with building bases and kind of understanding that back here. But honestly, if we wanted to make a real difference, we might want to work out of... Is there a refinery here? The fuck? I don't see a refinery in this cell. There may not be one. There's a shipyard and a seaport. Salvage mine. Safe house. No refinery. Weird. How about over here in Heartlands? There's a garage. Factories. No refinery here either. Because you need a refinery to turn scrap into B-mats, and then you need B-mats in a factory or a garage or whatever to build stuff. So, but I guess not every cell has a refinery. Where's the nearest fucking refinery that we can actually make fucking use out of? chat. I want to refine some shit. It might have to go way back, you know? Is there one here? No. Christ. So maybe it is good that we're working all the way back here, because I can't find a refinery any closer. There's one here. In Mercy's Whale in Alad's Bite. Bite? So there's a refinery there. So you could grab scrap from these salvage mines and refine it and make use out of it. Endless Shore. It's got factories and garage, but no refinery. I kind of hate that there's no refinery in every location, or that you can't build player refineries, because it's like, it makes these fucking scrap fields up front fucking useless. Like, unless here's a refinery in Axehead. So you've got one in God's Crafts. That's pretty close to the front. You can refine stuff in God's Crafts, build things in the factory there. Yep, here's factories there. And then it wouldn't take too long to ship it 2 tiles up to Viper Pit. That might be a better place to do logistics. Just thinking out loud. Anyway, let me go ahead and grab the crates that I've been building. Not this factory, the other factory. There's 2 back to back here. My grenades are done, my RPG ammo is done, my shirts are done. The garrison supplies, because so many people are using that specific output queue, they're going to take another 17 minutes, so not going to wait for those. Fucking having weird computer lag. I don't know if that lags for you guys as well, or is it just me, or what, but not good. Let's go ahead and make some radios. Poop. Garrison supplies. All right. Let's... Somebody took all of the refined materials that were here. They must be making armored cars or tanks or something. Look at all these fucking armored cars. I hope they're not planning to just leave them there. Like, fucking put them somewhere useful instead of blocking off the fucking factory. You shits. Okay. Can I? No, we can't fucking do that. Pack the crates. Dump everything into the seaport, and there, I've done my good deeds for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and grab, I'm gonna build a gunboat. Fuck it. I'm gonna go get some more BBATs and build a gunboat prototype at this shipyard, just to see. Yeah, you saw the lag on my screen too? Yeah, not good. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Probably just needs a reboot. I'm just going to leave this truck here. Right here where it says please don't park. And I'm going to run over to the seaport and build this gunboat prototype. Good, they took some of these cars and they're probably moving them over to the seaport to be shipped somewhere. Are these all done? I know I still had one thing that was in processing. No, I don't. Okay, good. Heavy explosives, some crates, prototypes, components. Ugh. Bleh. Okay. Down here. The Aqua Tipper or the Iron Ship. The Iron Ship is the big freighter, and it requires 500 BMATs to build. But it's used to freight shippable goods. The Aqua Tipper is a shipping vessel, a smaller one, only requires 150 BMATs. And it looks like there's one already in port here, so I don't think I can actually build this prototype, so I'm just going to dump this shit and leave. Fuck it. The gunboats can be built, but like this shipping container is, or shipping boat is in the way. It's alright, fuck it. Alright, what do I want to do now? See, here's somebody with a flatbed with a shipping container, so hopefully they've got 60 cargo crates of stuff that maybe we've even helped build. Who knows? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab 100 BMATs and our hammer and go build another bike. And this time I'm going to make sure that I bring a crate of the 792 ammo that it needs. And I'll grab a crate for me, a crate for the bike, drive it over to the bunker base near our Fort Dick, unpack it so we'll get like 40 clips. I'll load the clips into the machine gun nests for the bikes, and that'll probably be it. I'll probably go to bed. But if I still have time, maybe I'll drive one to the front lines and shoot some people. It'll be fun. I also want to check on my wife's laundry soon. But I don't want to be taking up the garage while I do that. I don't want to be in people's fucking way. Yeah. So, do you have any questions, Dirty D, about logistics, about how it works to harvest resources, turn them into materials, use those materials to make stuff? That's the easy part. Like, if you can figure out how to do that, you're already helping. And then later you could be like, I'm going to drive 60 crates all the way up to the front lines, and it's going to take you like half an hour. And you'll listen to your favorite music on the way, and then you'll drop it off, and it'll be like, holy shit, did I maybe change the course of this game? I absolutely feel like I've done that in the previous war, where just bringing a truck full of supplies to the right location at the right time gave my team what it needed to wrest control of a base from the enemy. And it's a very strange feeling to do that, and actually have done none of the actual shooting yourself, but know that like you just gave people bandages and respawns and ammunition that they've been waiting for. Let me drop that off. Fuel this bike up. Let me pop over here for a sec. Grab some ammo. Oh, sorry, some BMATs to make ammo with. Alright, they finally drove that last one. I think they're putting them all on the seaport. Or maybe even loading them in a boat right now. Bullets. 7.92s. Yeah, I can't quite make enough. Even with the discount. I'll just leave the BMATs there for somebody else then. There's a couple 7.92 crates in port, so I'm going to go grab 2 of them to take with me. Alright, 7.92s, 7.92s. Oh my god, there's only 2. Well, I'll grab 1. 1 will be enough for now. Yoink. Okay. Oof. Oh, God. Major accident. Yeah, what buttons to click, what options. Shit, I spun out again. It becomes a lot easier, and you'll make mistakes. You'll say, why did I unload that crate? I didn't need it, and it took me 30 seconds to do, and now I'm just going to load it back in. And that's fine. It's all part of the game. Go check on the base. Do I have a license for it? Absolutely not. Make sure that the diesel plant is still running. Fuck. Spun out again. Shit. Make sure the diesel plant is still fueled and running, making the construction materials. It's going to be great. We might have 200. If we have 200, I can go ahead and upgrade our vehicle plant. And then we can start making modified armored cars. That's going to be fucking sweet. Like, the bikes are cool and all for scouting and having a machine gun on there, but modified armored cars, I don't know what it does, but it'll tell me. And it's probably worth doing. Still need the refined materials to make the armored cars, though, so we're going to have to do some component grinding. Once we get the sledgehammers, that'll be easier. Alright, Fort Dick! We're back. Let me grab that crate, haul it down to the bunker base across the street here. Okay, we'll put the one crate in there. We'll do the submit stockpile items, turns it into 30 7.92 millimeter clips. We'll go ahead and grab like 10 of those. Nice parking. Did like a donut there, didn't I? Alright, I grabbed, I think, 11. It's fine. Alright, let's reload the diesel plant. Okay, salvage is being turned into construction materials. We have 200. We can do the upgrade. That's a cool idea. Let's fucking do it. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and load into here 11 bullets. There we go. So now, hold on. I've reloaded. And now I've got a machine gun on the front of this fucking thing. Fuck yeah. I wasted some bullets, but it's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these construction materials, and then I'm going to go check on that laundry and let the dogs out and shit. But we hit it. We hit the big 200. That's what we were waiting for to upgrade our vehicle assembly plant. Pew-pews. Yeah, next time we play, if there's two of us on, we can skip all the logistics and stuff and just grab that bike. Somebody can be the gunner, somebody can be the driver. We can go all the way to the front lines and shoot people. It'd be great. Alright. 200. Drop that off. Submit. Motor pool. Modifying structure. Done. Now we can create all these. So, the armored cars and the tankettes, we don't have the tech for it yet. But we can modify the Jeeps, the light utility vehicle, filled with a reinforced hatch to provide one crew member with increased visibility for intense recon operations. So you give somebody a pair of binoculars and they can pop out the top of the hatch of the Jeep and use that for scouting. Or we can modify it to have an RPG-mounted light utility vehicle dealing explosive damage. I think this is that... doesn't specifically say what type, so I guess we just need the... So this also, if you'll notice down there, requires not only construction materials, but assembly material part 2, which means we have to upgrade our materials factory over here to produce assembly materials, which none of these do. Oh wait, no, the first one does. But only level 1, not level 2. Uh-oh, we're going to have to really unlock some new tech in order to get use of this. But it's here. It's ready for next time. Let me take a break, and then we'll either wrap up for the night, or I'll build something else, or take one of these sweet fucking motorbikes to the front. We'll see. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so let me take a drink here. Is it fully upgraded? Yes, sort of. It is fully upgraded with what is currently available for our tech level. So once our tech unlocks these additional factory items, I don't know if you can have more than one. It might replace the one that exists. It might not allow you to have more than one. It might allow you to have all of them. I don't know. But for our current tech level, this is fully upgraded. And unfortunately that we also require tech for these tank modifications or these armored car modifications. We can upgrade the Jeep inexpensively too. Only costs 3 construction materials. It's less than the bike. We can't upgrade the Jeep to have the RPG because we don't have the assembly materials Mark II. To get those, I don't fucking know. I feel like we need... Not the Metalworks factory. Maybe it is the Metalworks factory. See, the materials factory... Oh! No, because it's none of these. None of these created. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. The forge is the next obvious upgrade for us, and it'll still require us to get additional resources. Specifically, we need refined coke. So not just coal, it needs to be refined into coke. And then we can make material level 1. Or petrol, which we have. But for now, I'm happy with what we've got. We did pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to connect our factory, our vehicle factory, to the power. I'm going to drive this bike into the factory. I'm going to upgrade the bike using the materials I had available. And fuck, we've got over 400 garrison supplies now. Everything's great. This is all working out exactly like I'd hoped. I'm going to take this other bike over to the bunker base that Friendly Digger built. And I'm going to grab some storm rifle ammo. Eight clips is enough. This thing is not quite halfway done. Nicely chopped. Created our own little fucking military motorbike factory here. It's great. Holy shit. Fantastic. Okay, if I wanted to take this shit to where it's useful. 1, 2, 3 cells over. So I'd have to drive it around Terminus, across Shackled Chasm, and then either through Drowned Vale or Umbral, and then it's to the front. See, these are the people are saying we need ammo, we need rifles, we need boomastones, we need plasma, we need bayonets, BMATs. All this shit is stuff that they need because they're fighting a battle right now against the Wardens at Iron's End. Or Liberation Point, or both. And you can see how long ago. So 5 hours ago is when they asked for ammo or rifles. And 44 minutes ago they said we need BMATs are incoming in 5 minutes. So, see. And you could highlight over the... See, that safe house has been destroyed. But this bunker base will show what they have. So they've got 84 shirts left. They've got tons of rifle ammo and rifles. So, you know, they might need some other stuff. Alright, bike is done. Can't quite get through there. Lame. Alright, let's disconnect this. Turn the factory back on. Reload the diesel. Diesel container is going to be empty soon, so we're going to have to switch to petrol or more efficiently refill the diesel container. Right, let's take this down to the bunker base. Grab a couple clips for this. Refined Coke. Oh, my bad. Nicely chopped Coke. Wow. Oh boy, somebody banned. Banned. Okay, I don't think I'm going to stay up much longer because Dr. Wifey is in bed and my eyes are starting to hurt a little bit. Ooh, I'm almost out of fuel here too. I should load it with petrol. That'd be better. Might be too fast, honestly. I'll go careening right off the fucking road. All right. Machine gun motorbike is ready to go. Spinning out all over the place. Oh my god. I can't even get back on the road. Make a cup up, watch some X-Files. Yo, crap. That dude is shipping some stuff to the front, hopefully. Although he's heading kind of the opposite direction, so not really sure where he's going. This is high-speed driving, though. This would not take you too long to get to the front lines. Once I get down through all these winding roads through the city. Oop. As long as I don't spin out all the fucking time. Crashed. Alright, one thing I'm going to do while I'm here really quick is I'm going to mark my goods for public use. Although it looks like I've cleared them all out anyway, so never mind. Never mind. They'll go public automatically if I don't get to them in time. I think it's like 8 hours or something, and then it's just marked public. Might be longer, might be 24, who knows. But that way, if somebody like is playing the game and then goes away for the whole weekend and doesn't play, their resources get used up by the team. And this way, I think, is the right way to go. Real Steve McQueen. Wow, Dirty D. Oh, fuck, spinning again. Oh, Jesus. So over here, we have another oil well that someone's got behind this little bunker area here. I don't know how they've got it running, if it's, you know, efficient or not. Let's just take a quick peek. This is the 501st, apparently. So they've got some petrol plants here running, but nothing nearby has any fuel for them. This is apparently too far away. Oh, it's refueling something else. Okay, so it's refueling this one. Here's their refineries. So they've got petrol coming in here. They've got 4 of them set up. And they're running. They're producing petrol. Oh, look at this. Okay, they have a materials factory set up to create assembly materials 1, and this is 2. That's what it actually is. It's 1 unit of assembly materials 2. So the forge will allow us to get those assembly materials 2 that we need. So that should be our next upgrade. So we need 200 construction materials to get that, and then we can turn petrol and salvage into assembly material 2, which these guys have plenty of. And then we can use that to upgrade the Jeep to have whatever the fuck it was. God, let me grab my bike. Okay. It is almost 10:30. I'm just going to go ahead and drive like 1 or 2 cells and then park this thing at whatever base is nearby. And hopefully somebody will use it. So we could still make some upgrades to the base that'll make things more useful. But the main issue with our base is, A, it's not that close to the refinery in town. So there's like a 2 or 3 minute drive between town and the refinery and our base. Whenever we need to like process BMATs or, you know, build a truck or a motorbike or whatever that we want to upgrade. And B, it's very far from the front lines. It's a backline location, which is fine because, you know, you're going to build stuff back there. You're going to need it. It's going to be safe. You're not going to get partisans. You're not going to lose buildings or materials. But it means that everything we produce has that extra time that it takes to get to the front lines. Now, unfortunately, the front lines, fuck, I'm going backwards. The front lines don't have refineries everywhere. Otherwise, I would just say, fuck it, let's up and move. That is kind of the penalty for having to build everything in the back. Winding roads are not good for the motorcycle that fucking spins on a dime. It's gonna be a lot of me spinning out. You know what though, I think it goes pretty well in the dirt. No, it's about half, but you know, it is a scout vehicle, so it is kind of designed to go on the dirt off-road. but it does go much, much faster on the road. If I do real light taps, I can turn a bit without spinning out. It's a little tour of the Kali countryside. Oop, I think I need to take that turn. Oh, look, see, we got all the way across that one. We're almost there. Let's go north. Oh, spun out. Shit. Oh my god, another bannable YouTube account. Fuck me. Blocked. I mean, realistically, it took maybe 10 minutes to drive the bike from Fort Dick to where it is now. That's not... It's a pretty quick vehicle, and we've got more than half a tank left of petrol. Yeah, they're out in force tonight. Trying to get me to go to their dirty website. Masturbate. We're going to go ahead and bring this to the next town, and then I'm going to quit and go to bed because it's 10:30 and I'm sick and my eyes hurt a bit and I got to get up early tomorrow to help the kids get ready for school. But once the kids go to school, I've got like a doctor's appointment, I've got a little work to do in the morning. I should be able to relax a little bit in the afternoon. Oh my god, fuck. These damn roads spinning so much. Alright, here is a base. Craghan base. It's got some shirts, it's got no garrison supplies, so it's not keeping anything running. There's a little parking lot here with some locked vehicles. See, somebody's got a basic production setup, kind of like what we've got. They've got a diesel plant, but it's empty. They've got a production plant, and they've got a basic vehicle assembly station, but they're a lot closer to the front lines. The problem is, well, there's a refinery here. So, like, here's what I'm talking about. Like, we could make our base in this place, Drowned Vale, and we are so much closer to the front. We just need to be able to share the resources that people are using. But these salvage mines are full. We could grab salvage there, run it over here, turn it into whatever we need, BMATs or explosive materials. There's no factory here, though. So... Ooh, that is a problem. So there's a refinery, but no factories. Can't get both, can you? Poop. Well, you could load it on a flatbed and run it to the nearest factory, which is probably here somewhere. We got a seaport. Bunker base. No? I don't fucking know. You gotta look it up. You gotta figure out how to make these little things work, you know? Somewhere we can build stuff. Here's factories. So you run your materials to the refinery at the baths. Then you drive them in a shipping container over here to the factories at Hedgehearth at Saltbrook Channel. You unload them at the seaport, and then you truck them over to the factories here where you can turn them into shirts, run them back to the seaport, truck them back up to the front. It's a couple of steps, but it's a lot closer. There's a lot less driving. But anyway, that'll do it for me tonight. I will just leave this vehicle with its weapons loaded in front of this base. Someone will make use of it. I hope that was helpful to you, Dirty D. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. Talking about logistics in Foxhole. And then next time I play Foxhole, we'll do some actual fucking combat. We'll either bring some weapons with us and go to the front lines, or we'll bring a machine gun equipped bike to the front, or maybe by then we'll have tech for the armored cars or whatever, and we'll have some fun doing that. So one stream of logistics and base building, and then another stream of fucking murder. That's what you deserve. So Wednesday, I think I'm going to be doing my role-playing stream. I have not heard from the team yet. One of the guys had some severe surgery, had part of his intestine removed. So I don't know. He hasn't recovered yet. I totally get that. I mean, I just had laser eye surgery and I'm not recovered. And I had the flu and I'm not fucking recovered. So I don't know if he's ready to do that. If he isn't, we'll do something else. We'll play RimWorld or maybe more Foxhole, whatever. But if he is ready, then we'll probably do that RPG. I'm going to get some rest, look after my mince pies. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Well, I'm going to move this Foxhole, what do you call it, scene up to the top of the list here so I can find it easier next time we play. So I don't have to search around for it, because clearly it needs to be separate from the main whatever game I'm streaming thing. Okay, cool. Great. There we go. See you next time, everybody.